guys, welcome back to 407 Tactical. Today we're going to be doing a disassembly and cleaning video on the Glock 19. It doesn't matter which gen it is, it kind of sort of doesn't matter which model it is. All Glocks are standard around. You know, the newer gens are obviously going to have the slide serrations and the ambi slide stop, slide release, but that's about it. Their takedown process and cleaning process is all around the same. So to start this video off, we're going to go ahead and make sure that the firearm is clear and that there's no ammunition inside the firearm. The magazine is empty. The barrel is empty. Okay, so to start this video off, we're going to go ahead and disassemble the firearm. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull down on the takedown lever. There's tabs on both sides. You're going to take your hand. What I like to do, I like to just come high and tight on the beaver tail. Wrap my fingers around the slide, pull it slightly back, and then pull down on the takedown lever. After that, you're going to squeeze the trigger, and then you'll see the slide has now moved forward on both sides. And that's going to show you that, you know, the process went through basically, and you're ready to just pull the slide off, and now you can begin cleaning your firearm. So what you're going to want to do now, you're going to want to take out your guide rod. Just like that, and just pop it right out. Usually you might have to pull it back a little bit. Your barrel, all you're gonna do is push up, forward, and then back out. Just like that. You're gonna set these two parts aside, focus on your slide. You're gonna get your solvent. This video again, I'm using the Shooter's Lube solvent. Just gonna spray inside the slide. Spray inside the barrel, and you're going to spray the guide rod. After that, you're going to take your bristle brush and you're basically just going to scrub the slide and work your way from there. So with that, after that, you're basically done scrubbing the slide. Just focus on that area in this part right here, and you should be set. You're gonna take your rag, and you're just gonna wipe it clean now. So far that is it for the top part of the slide. Now we can move on to the barrel. You're just going to take your brush, you're going to brush the feed ramp. And you're just going to wipe it off. Just like that. So now for the barrel itself, you're going to take your bore brush and you're just going to put it in like that. And you should keep pushing. You're going to try and twist it, and then you're going to pull it back out. Just like that. And as you can see the spiral itself in a twist. All clean. So now we're done with that. We can set that aside. The guide rod, I mean, there's not really much you can do. Just kind of wipe it off. Take away any buildup in there. The solvent itself is going to do the job for the most part, breaking it up. Now to reassemble the slide, you're going to take your barrel, go in at an angle, let it drop in, and push it back. Your guide rod, you're going to take the plastic in. There's going to be a little section right here. You can just set it in, it seats right in there. And then you're going to want to take your guide rod end and kind of just push down right there. You're just gonna push it down. You can see there's like a little U-shape cutout right there. It kind of just sits into. So after that, your slide's reassembled. All right, now you're gonna take your lower, and I put a lot of rounds through this, so it's pretty dirty. You're basically just gonna take your lower, spray your trigger housing, spray your connectors, trigger bar. Just let it sink in a little bit. You're gonna take your bristle brush, and you're just gonna scrub it. I'll show a video on how to replace the trigger, replace the trigger bar and the connector as well. And while I'm doing that, I can go ahead and clean it up a little bit so you guys get to see that as well. Alright, so now that that's done, it doesn't really take much. The solvent works pretty well. After you brush, you're going to just wipe out all the excess and all the residue. I do apologize, I'm doing my videos outside now, so if you hear the traffic going by, just a forewarning. After that, you'll start to see that it's cleaned up. Now here is where it comes in for lubing. You're basically just going to take your lube. I'm using Shooter's lube, or Shooter's lube. I like to put lube on the rails. I like to put lube in between the trigger bar and the frame itself. I like to put lube down a little bit right there. You can kind of see it's where the connector and the connector springs are, and I drop just a tad in the trigger housing itself. Just like that. You don't need to rub it in or anything. Just let it sit there, and when you go to rack this slide, it kind of does it for you. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your ends right there. You can see like the little rails right there, and you're just going to match them up with the rails right here. So you're going to line them up just like that, and just act like you're racking this slide. So now that the gun is back to one piece, you're just gonna rack the slide a couple times, work in that loop. Also, because I put lube in the trigger bar and the trigger housing, I wanna work those springs and those bars as well. So I'm just gonna simply firearm clear. After that, you're just going to take your rag and you wipe the excess off the outside of the firearm. Well, there you have it. The gun is now assembled, wiped down of any excess. So we're gonna head ahead and do a functions check to make sure that the firing pin and the trigger mechanism and all that's aligned. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna rack the slide, firearm's clear, so you're gonna rack the slide, pull the trigger, rack the slide while having the trigger depressed, let the trigger reset itself, and then pull the trigger again. So now that we function checked it, we lubed it, we cleaned it, we wiped it down, and put it back together, your firearm's now ready to go back to the range and have some more fun. Thank you again, guys, for watching these videos. It's just giving me something to do and helping me let other people understand how to clean a gun and how to disassemble guns, especially with what's going on and the uprising of gun purchases. I would like to inform people on how to properly, maintain their firearms. If there's any firearms you guys would like to see in particular, send a request, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll be able to try and get my hands on it and do a video for you guys. I am working on trying to do some range videos as well as some different shooting reviews or accessory reviews. So if you guys have ideas in mind for that as well, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys like to see or what you guys don't want to see, just different ideas for me to throw into the channel. But thanks again, like, subscribe, comment what you want, and I'll do my best to provide that.